Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away that rain, please. Man, it was not a good weekend for your dependent fanatic. The Michigan Wolverines lost to Oklahoma. The Lions lost to Green Bay. At Green Bay. It's terrible offensive line play for both teams, not allowing each high-paid quarterback to do what they're supposed to be able to do. It's terrible. But we're going to put that aside because I have a couple of rankings here for you in this video. Yes, in the past I have done these on their own, but I want to emphasize the difference between the two in this video. Maybe I will have the same format going forward. I'm going to have a resume ranking for you after week 2 for college football, which takes in, let me tell you what it takes out. It takes out brand name schools. It takes out AP rankings. It takes out eye test. It takes out anything that could be bias at all. That's what I try to do for the resume ranking. It's who did you beat and by how much. And is the person that you beat better than teams that other people beat? There's a formula here for the resume ranking, and then the power ranking at the end of this video is the teams that I think are actually the best. My eye test. What it tells me after 2 weeks of college football, what I think they are. So here we go. Let's start with the resume ranking. Penn State is number 1. They're 2-0. Their FBS wins, and those matter. FBS wins matter. FCS does not go towards your resume unless you lose to an FCS team. Then that will hurt your resume. But Penn State beat 2 FBS teams, and both of them only lost to Penn State. They beat another team otherwise. So they are 1-1 teams that Penn State beat. So it's kind of confusing, but here in the beginning of this ranking, but it will all shake it up. It'll all shake out in the end. But Penn State beat Nevada, who is 1-1, and FIU, who is 1-1, by a 34.5 average margin of victory. They are number 1 right now. Number 2 is Maryland. They are 2-0. They beat FAU 1-1 and NIU 1-1 by a 21.5 average victory margin. So that's pretty damn good too. USF, I forgot to put in here, but they should be here right now probably. It's not because they beat 2 AP top 25 teams. It's because they beat 2 teams that have a 1-1 record. And I just forgot. It slipped my mind. They should have been here somewhere. But I digress. Number 3 on what I have right here is USC. They are 2-0. Yes, they were number 1 last week in the resume ranking. They beat Missouri State, who is new. They are an FBS team now this season. And then they went on to win a game. So that looks pretty good for USC's resume. And then they beat Georgia Southern, who is 0-2 now. So they lost to another team besides USC, but they're still an FBS opponent. And they had an average margin of victory of 49.5 versus those 2 teams. Number 4 is Nebraska. They are 2-0. Nebraska beat Cincinnati 1-1. And Akron 0-2 by 35.5 points. Ole Miss was 2-0. And Miss beat Georgia State, who is 0-2 now. And they beat Kentucky at Kentucky, who is 1-1 now. And it was a 31.5 margin of victory between those 2 teams. Yes, one was much larger than the other, but average margin of victory really matters here early on. It'll start to matter later, less, because you will have teams, you'll have road victories that will weigh more heavily than your average margin of victory. So anyway, Number 6 is Auburn. They are 2-0. Auburn won at Baylor, a 1-1 team, and they beat Ball State, an 0-2 team, by 26.5 points on average. Number 7 is Indiana. They are 2-0. They beat ODU 1-1, and Kennesaw State, a new FBS team, who is now 0-2, but they beat those two teams by 30 points on average. Texas A&M is number 8. So there's a theme here. Big Ten, SEC are handling their schedules so far, and they're cultivating the best resumes as of right now. Texas A&M beat UTSA by a lot. They're 0-2 now. And then they beat Utah State, who is 1-1. It was a 20-point average for them. Now, number 9, Wisconsin is 2-0. They beat Miami of Ohio, an 0-2 team, and they beat Middle Tennessee State, an 0-2 team, by a 24.5 average margin of victory, which doesn't sound great. That's not good, but they're FBS teams. We don't have a lot to go off this early. All right, TCU has only played one game. They are 1-0. They are number 10. And their one game was a huge victory at North Carolina by 34 points. Number 11 is Oregon. They are 2-0. Oregon beat Oklahoma State by 66 points at home. That's insane. Texas Tech is 2-0. They beat Kent State by 48 points. Arkansas 2-0. They beat Arkansas State by 42 points. They're number 13. Number 14 is Illinois. They are 2-0, and they won at Duke by 26 points. Arizona is number 15. They are 2-0. They beat Hawaii, who was a 2-1 team. Actually, so Hawaii beat two people and lost to Arizona. And Arizona beat them by 34 points. All right, number 16, Pitt, the Pittsburgh Panthers, right? They beat CMU by 28 points. Houston beat Rice by 26 points. They're number 17. Washington State beat SDSU by 23. Tennessee is number 19. They are 2-0. They beat Syracuse by 19 points. Vanderbilt, sticking in the state of Tennessee. Vanderbilt's number 20. They are 2-0. They beat an 0-2 Virginia Tech team on the road by 24 points. They are ahead of Georgia right now in the resume ranking. Of course, I don't think they're a better team than Georgia. Georgia's 2-0. Georgia beat an 0-2 Marshall by 38 points. I said FCS does not matter. I don't factor that in. Utah is number 22. Utah beat an 0-2 UCLA by 33 points. Temple beat an 0-2 Massachusetts by 32 points. Purdue is 2-0. Purdue's 2-0, and they beat an 0-2 Ball State by 31 points. BYU is still ranked here at number 25 in the resume ranking. They are 2-0. BYU beat an 0-2 Stanford by 24 points. So, it doesn't sound good to me either, but that's what it is right now. That is their resumes. Stack them. Who has a better resume when you take in the criteria and you take out all of your prognostications, all of your bias, all of your eye tests? That's the top 25 right now, the top 25 resumes in the nation. Now, who do I think are the best teams after 2 games? This is the power ranking where my eye test comes into play. And number 1 is LSU. LSU is 2-0, and they were my pick to win the national championship game. They won a game that I thought they wouldn't at Clemson. So they're even better than I thought they were going to be, the national champs. So I'm at number 1. Why would I change it? Penn State is number 2. they beat two group of 5 teams by 34.5 points. So they didn't play an FCS or 2 of them. They didn't play a Power 4, but they did what they were supposed to do, and I still think they're second best team in the nation. Ohio State is number 3. All right. As a Michigan fan, I hate to say it, but yeah, they jumped way up. I always thought they were going to be a really good team. They beat a team that I thought they wouldn't in Texas at home by them 7 points, and then did what they were supposed to do versus Grambling State. It's a team to be reckoned with here going forward. I had them out of the playoff. Now they are firmly in, of course. It depends on if they're going to lose to Penn State, who I have at number 2, and at Michigan, who just lost. Them are the other 2 losses that I had for Ohio State, along with Texas. But they beat Texas. So, number 3 are the Fighting Buckeyes. Number 4 is Georgia, and they are 2-0. In my opinion, it's just ho-hum for Kirby Smart. Maybe they didn't win by as much as a lot of Georgia fans wanted versus Austin Peay. They've done that before. They lost to South Carolina, still won a national title. So it doesn't really matter. They're getting their ducks in a row. They're still a roster loaded with talent. Number 4. A huge jumper, and I don't know if I should have them this high, but they beat Alabama. And then they destroyed their next opponent. They are riding high. They have confidence like none other right now going into week 3, and that is Florida State. They're 2-0. Number 6 is Oregon. I have them at 2-0 as well. They did that, not me. But I have them at number 6. They beat Oklahoma State, a Power 4 team, by 66 points. That's insane. Dan Lanning, Dante Moore, I wasn't sure if he was ready. He is ready. The whole team's ready. I wasn't sure if they would make the college football playoff. I thought maybe 9-3 for Oregon. Now the skies are blue and everything's possible for Oregon. Texas, all right, and a couple of teams here that lost that I still have in my top 12 in the power ranking. Texas is 1-1. They lost to number 3 on my ranking on the road, and then they rebounded and destroyed their next opponent. Clemson is number 8. They are 1-1 now. They lost to number 1 in this power ranking, LSU, on the road, and then they rebounded as well. Ole Miss, man, destroyed the first opponent. They're 2-0. They beat Kentucky at Kentucky, and they are no slouch, especially at home. Bob Stoops and company. That was a good win. And I think they're better than the next 3 teams that I'm about to list. So I had to put them at number 9. Number 10 is Illinois. They won at Duke by 26 points. They are now 2-0. Altmaier looks great. The whole team looks really good defensively all the way around. Number 11 is the team that beat my Michigan Wolverines this past weekend at home in Norman. Yes, it's the Oklahoma Sooners. 2-0. They beat Michigan by 11 points and handled Michigan throughout that entire game. They even gave Michigan chances to get back into the game throughout the whole game and shut every one of them down. So they're pretty damn good. I didn't expect that I would have them rise this high, but I looked throughout the rest of the country, and John Mateer and Burns and Burks and Kanik and the weapons that they have, and then Venable's defense, they are number 11 right now. And then the last team here, I do a 12-team power ranking because that's how many teams get into the college football playoff, and you have to have a group of 5 team, and it's USF. They should have been in the resume ranking higher, way up high. I forgot them, but I didn't forget them right here in the power ranking. They beat 2 AP ranked teams in Boise State, and then Florida. Yes, Florida. So they are my number 12 team going forward. What do you guys think in the comments below? Do you like the divide of the resume ranking and what I think a team deserves to be ranked? And then, do you agree with my power ranking and who I think are the best teams? Let me know in the comments below. And do you like this format? Or do you want it to be individual videos? I don't know. Let me know, and I will try to accommodate whoever comments. But I kind of like this where I get both of them out of the way in the same video here late on a Sunday night. After, hopefully going forward, it's going to be after a Detroit Lions win. But we'll see. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Remember to like the video if you did, please. It helps a long way to get it out to other people. Share with other people, that helps too, on your social medias. And subscribe if you haven't. It's going to be a journey here. You know, Michigan lost, but who knows? I have a preview for Central Michigan this upcoming week coming out here soon, so stay tuned for that. And reaction videos are going to happen. I want to do more than just Michigan reaction videos, but time has not been permitting, and we have had family functions and things going on so far, and there's a wedding this fall, but I'm going to do the best I can. So stay tuned. Have a great day, everybody.